Have you ever wondered what it really takes to live a happy life? Don't worry, you're not alone. In a world obsessed with chasing goals, material things, and people, it's easy to forget the basics. Everyone talks about happiness, but who actually tells you how to get there without selling some false dream? Relax, because today we're going to cut through the noise and share what psychology and Stoic philosophy can teach us about happiness. Spoiler alert, it's in the little things we ignore every day. Laugh more, get outside, wake up early, and please turn off your phone once in a while. Stick with us to discover why science and ancient wisdom are still teaching us valuable lessons in the 21st century. But first, let me tell you a story to help frame the wisdom in today's content. There was once a young man named Mark who lived in a quiet valley. Even though he had plenty of material possessions and his life seemed perfect from the outside, he always felt like something was missing. One day, Mark decided to embark on a journey to discover the true secret to happiness. Along his journey, he met a wise old man who lived in a small cabin on a hill. After talking for hours, the old man shared 3 essential pieces of advice for living a happy life. He said, "To be happy, you don't need more stuff or power. There are 3 simple things you need to practice: gratitude, acceptance, and love." Mark was puzzled but listened carefully. The old man continued, "Gratitude is the first. If you don't appreciate what you already have, you'll never have enough. Be thankful for every little moment, every breath. Second is acceptance. Life will always have ups and downs. If you learn to accept things as they are without trying to control everything, you'll find peace in the chaos. And third is love. Love what you do. Love the people around you. And most importantly, love yourself. Only when your heart is full of love can you truly radiate happiness to others and receive it back." As Mark began practicing gratitude, accepting life's changes, and loving more deeply, he realized that his search for happiness was over. It wasn't something he had to find outside, but something to cultivate from within. His friends in the valley noticed the change in him, and when they asked him the secret to his transformation, Mark simply replied, "Happiness isn't a destination, it's the journey. If you live with gratitude, acceptance, and love, you'll discover that happiness has been within you all along." Now, before we dive into the first lesson, if you find these videos helpful, I encourage you to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Ready to change your life? Let's get started. Have you ever noticed how we often make life much more complicated than it needs to be? We treat almost everything with extreme seriousness, as if there's a global competition for who can frown the hardest. We get so caught up in our daily responsibilities, stresses, and struggles that we forget to let go, relax, and laugh. But here's the thing. Science and ancient wisdom both agree that laughter isn't just a feel-good action. It's actually an essential tool for maintaining your well-being both mentally and physically. Let's rewind a bit to the Stoics, the original masters of staying calm under pressure. At first glance, they might not seem like the kind of people who would embrace laughter. After all, their philosophy focuses on discipline, self-control, and maintaining composure no matter what life throws your way. But even the Stoics knew the importance of keeping a light heart in the face of adversity. Epictetus, one of the most well-known Stoic philosophers, famously said, "People are not disturbed by things, but by the view they take of them." While this quote may seem like a serious piece of advice about controlling your emotions, it also opens the door to something else. How you choose to react to life's challenges can either weigh you down or set you free. And laughter is one of the best ways to free yourself from the heaviness of stress. Laughter might seem like a small, insignificant act, but it's incredibly powerful. When we laugh, our brains release a cocktail of feel-good chemicals like endorphins and serotonin, which help us cope with pain and elevate our mood. On top of that, laughter actually reduces the amount of cortisol and adrenaline in our system. These 2 hormones surge when we're stressed, putting us in a state of fight or flight. By laughing, we lower their levels, which in turn reduces the physical effects of stress on our bodies. Essentially, laughter is like hitting the reset button on our nervous system. It calms us down, makes us feel more in control, and even helps us sleep better, Imagine life as a roller coaster full of unexpected twists, sudden drops, and the occasional heart-pounding moment that makes you question everything. When you laugh, it's like fastening the safety harness on that roller coaster ride. It doesn't make the ups and downs disappear, but it helps you feel secure and able to handle whatever comes next. This is exactly what laughter does for our emotions. It acts as a buffer, helping us bounce back from stressful situations with resilience. Dr. Lee Burke from Loma Linda University conducted extensive research on the effects of laughter on the human body. What he found was pretty amazing. Laughter works like a natural stress reliever. His studies showed that even a few moments of genuine laughter could lower blood pressure, boost the immune system, and reduce the production of stress hormones. In other words, laughter isn't just a quick fix for a bad mood. It's a long-term strategy for protecting your health. But what if you don't feel like laughing? What if the pressures of daily life make it hard to find joy or humor in anything? Here's where the Stoic mindset comes in again. Stoicism teaches us that while we can't always control the external events in our lives, we can control how we respond to them. Choosing to laugh even in tough situations is a form of control. It's a conscious decision to look for the lighter side of life, to not let hardships drag us down completely. And don't worry, laughter isn't just for those who have a naturally great sense of humor. Anyone can benefit from it. In fact, research has shown that even forced laughter, like in laughter yoga or therapy, can have the same positive effects on the brain and body as spontaneous laughter. In a study published by the Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine, cancer patients who participated in laughter therapy reported feeling less depressed, more hopeful, and better equipped to face their challenges. Think about that for a second. People going through one of the toughest battles of their lives found relief and strength in laughter. If they can, so can you. So how can you incorporate more laughter into your daily life? Start small. Don't wait for the perfect joke or a hilarious movie. Instead, find humor in the little things. Laugh at your own mistakes. Laugh at the absurdity of certain situations. Laugh at the memes your friends send you, even if they're not that funny. The key is to let yourself experience joy and amusement as often as possible. Every time you laugh, you're training your brain to focus on the positive and let go of the negative, even if just for a moment. Let's put it into perspective. Say you're stuck in traffic, late for an important meeting. You can either sit there fuming at the cars in front of you, or you can laugh at the ridiculousness of the situation. Maybe turn on a funny podcast, or think about something that made you smile earlier in the day. By choosing laughter, you take control of the situation. Sure, it won't get you to your meeting any faster, but it will reduce the stress and frustration that come with feeling helpless. Laughter isn't just a way to pass the time or fill awkward silences. It's a tool, a skill you can develop over time to help you navigate life's inevitable ups and downs. And it doesn't take much. Even just a few minutes a day of genuine laughter can do wonders for your mental and physical health. So the next time life feels a little too heavy, remember that laughter is a choice. It's a tool that's always within your reach, ready to help you lighten your load. And as the ancient saying goes, laughter is the best medicine. Even when it feels like the world is giving you nothing to smile about, don't underestimate the power of a good laugh. It might just be the key to living a happier, healthier, and more balanced life. This time, focus on being fully present in whatever you're doing, whether that's going for a walk, reading a book, or simply sitting in silence. The Stoics often emphasized the importance of solitude and reflection. They believed that taking time to be alone with your thoughts was essential for self-improvement and inner peace. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." Turning off your phone creates the space for this kind of retreat, a chance to reconnect with yourself and the world around you. Turning off your phone also improves your relationships. Have you ever been in a conversation with someone who kept glancing at their phone? It doesn't feel good, does it? That's because divided attention signals to the other person that they aren't your priority. When you put your phone away during conversations, you're showing the other person that you value their time and presence. This small act of mindfulness can strengthen your connections and lead to more meaningful interactions. Research backs this up. A study published in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships found that the mere presence of a phone during a conversation, whether it's being used or not, can reduce the quality of social interactions. The study revealed that people who had a phone in sight during a conversation reported feeling less connected to the person they were talking to and rated the conversation as less satisfying. By turning off your phone, you eliminate this distraction and allow for deeper, more genuine connections with the people in your life. But turning off your phone doesn't just benefit your relationships, it also benefits your productivity. We often think that being constantly connected makes us more efficient, but the reality is that multitasking, like checking your phone while working, actually reduces productivity. When we switch between tasks, our brains need time to refocus, which means we're less efficient than if we had focused on one thing at a time. By turning off your phone during work or important tasks, you eliminate distractions and allow yourself to fully concentrate. This leads to higher quality work and a greater sense of accomplishment. And let's not forget the importance of sleep. One of the biggest culprits of poor sleep quality is screen time before bed. The blue light emitted by phones interferes with the production of melatonin, the hormone that regulates sleep. Studies have shown that people who use their phones right before bed have a harder time falling asleep and experience lower quality sleep overall. By turning off your phone at least 30 minutes before bed, you're giving your brain the chance to unwind and prepare for restful sleep. In conclusion, turning off your phone, even for short periods, is one of the simplest yet most effective ways to improve your well-being. The Stoics believed that presence, mindfulness, and self-control were key to living a good life, and turning off your phone aligns perfectly with these principles. It's not about rejecting technology altogether. It's about using it mindfully in a way that enhances your life rather than detracts from it. So the next time you feel overwhelmed by notifications or distracted by your screen, take a deep breath, turn off your phone, and reconnect with the present moment. You might be surprised at how much more peaceful and fulfilling life feels when you're not constantly plugged in. We've all heard the saying, "All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy." While it might sound cliché, it couldn't be more accurate. In today's fast-paced world, many of us have become so focused on productivity and meeting deadlines that we forget the importance of taking breaks and stepping away from our routines. Whether it's a simple break during your workday or an actual vacation, giving yourself time to recharge is essential for both your mental health and overall well-being. The Stoics, despite their reputation for resilience and toughness, understood the importance of rest and renewal. They believed that balance was key to a good life. Seneca, in his writings, often discussed how taking time for leisure, what the Romans called odium, was essential for living wisely. He said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." In other words, taking time to relax and appreciate life in the moment is a crucial part of happiness and contentment. So why is it that so many of us find it hard to take breaks? Often, we're caught up in the mindset that productivity is the most important thing and that stepping away, even briefly, is a waste of time. But here's the truth. Rest is not the opposite of productivity. It's a necessary part of it. By taking breaks, you're giving your brain and body the time they need to recharge, which makes you more effective in the long run. Let's start with the simple idea of taking short breaks during your workday. Research has shown that our brains aren't designed to focus for long stretches of time without rest. In fact, studies suggest that after about 90 minutes of continuous work, our cognitive function starts to decline. This is where the power of breaks comes in. By stepping away from your tasks, even for just 5 or 10 minutes, you allow your brain to reset, making you more focused and creative when you return to work. But taking breaks doesn't just improve your productivity, it also boosts your mood and reduces stress. One study conducted by the University of Illinois found that taking brief breaks during tasks helps maintain performance and reduce mental fatigue. This is especially true if your break involves some kind of physical activity, like a short walk. Even just stepping outside to get fresh air can work wonders for your mental clarity and energy levels. The Stoics would agree that being mindful of your body and its needs is key to maintaining balance in life. Beyond daily breaks, there's another level of rest that's equally important: vacations. And no, vacations aren't just a luxury. They're a necessity for long-term well-being. Taking a trip, whether it's a weekend getaway or a longer vacation, allows you to completely disconnect from your daily responsibilities and recharge on a deeper level. When you remove yourself from your usual environment, you gain a fresh perspective and return with more energy and creativity. Studies have shown that vacations reduce stress, improve mental health, and even make us more productive when we return to work. According to research published in the Journal of Happiness Studies, people who take vacations experience a significant boost in happiness and well-being, both during and after their trip. And the benefits aren't just short-term. People who take regular vacations tend to have lower levels of stress and better overall life satisfaction. But here's where the Stoic mindset comes in. It's not about escaping your problems or responsibilities. The Stoics believe that life should be lived in harmony with nature, which means taking time to rest and recharge is part of living in accordance with your natural rhythms. Marcus Aurelius himself took breaks from his demanding role as emperor, often retreating to nature or spending time in solitude to reflect and renew his spirit. These moments of pause weren't about shirking responsibility. They were about preparing himself to return to his duties with more clarity and focus. So, what does this mean for you? It means that breaks and trips aren't just indulgences. They're essential for your mental, emotional, and even physical health. If you've been feeling overwhelmed or burnt out, it might be time to step back and give yourself permission to rest. That could mean taking a few minutes to breathe and stretch during a busy day, or it could mean planning a vacation to escape the pressures of daily life. Let's be practical. Start by building small breaks into your daily routine. Set an alarm or reminder to take a short walk, do some stretches, or just close your eyes and breathe deeply for a few minutes. These micro breaks may seem insignificant, but they can make a huge difference in your productivity and mood. Over time, you'll start to notice that you're more focused, less stressed, and better able to handle the demands of your day. Taking a break is essential for maintaining long-term health, happiness, and productivity. The next time you feel overwhelmed, remember that taking a break isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign that you're committed to living a balanced, fulfilling life. In the pursuit of success, personal growth, and happiness, it's easy to forget one of the most essential elements of a fulfilled life: relationships. Whether it's spending time with family, catching up with old friends, or meeting new people, the connections we build with others are what make life rich and meaningful. Yet, in the hustle and bustle of modern life, relationships are often one of the first things we neglect. We get busy, distracted, or simply assume that there will always be more time to reconnect later. But the truth is, nurturing our relationships is key to living a happy and balanced life. The Stoics understood the value of relationships. While they emphasized self-control and inner peace, they also believed that humans are social creatures meant to live and thrive in connection with others. Marcus Aurelius, in his meditations, often reminded himself that he was part of a larger community, and that caring for others was not just a duty but a fundamental part of life. He wrote, "Men exist for the sake of one another. Teach them then, or bear with them." This Stoic idea that we exist to support and help one another highlights the importance of relationships in living a good life. But why are relationships so important? Spending time with friends and family brings joy and meaning to our lives. These connections provide a sense of belonging, support, and love that can't be replicated by achievements, material success, or individual pursuits. Numerous studies have shown that strong social ties are linked to greater happiness, improved mental health, and even longer life expectancy. According to a study by Harvard researchers, close relationships, not wealth or fame, are what keep people happy throughout their lives. Those with strong connections to family, friends, and community experience less stress, have fewer health problems, and even live longer than those who are isolated. It's not just about having people around you. It's about nurturing those relationships. The Stoics believed that we should approach our interactions with others with kindness, patience, and understanding. Seneca, another influential Stoic philosopher, once wrote, There is no enjoying the possession of anything valuable unless one has someone to share it with. This quote perfectly encapsulates the idea that life's joys are meant to be shared. Whether it's celebrating a success or navigating a challenge, having people by your side makes the experience richer and more meaningful. Unfortunately, in our busy lives, relationships often take a back seat. We might prioritize work, personal goals, or other obligations, telling ourselves that we'll make time for loved ones later. But as the Stoics would remind us, time is fleeting, and we never know how much of it we have. One of the core principles of Stoic philosophy is the awareness of mortality, or memento mori, the reminder that life is short, and we should make the most of the time we have. This includes making time for the people who matter most. So how can you start nurturing your relationships today? It doesn't have to be complicated. Sometimes it's as simple as picking up the phone and calling a friend you haven't spoken to in a while, or inviting your family over for dinner. It's about making an effort to show up for the people in your life even when it's inconvenient or you're feeling tired. The Stoics believed that showing kindness and love to others was part of living in accordance with nature, which they saw as interconnected and harmonious. By prioritizing relationships, you're living in alignment with this Stoic principle. Another way to nurture your relationships is by being fully present when you spend time with others. In today's digital age, it's easy to be physically with someone but mentally somewhere else, checking your phone, thinking about work, or worrying about your to-do list. But the Stoics taught that true presence, being fully in the moment, is essential to living a good life. When you're with loved ones, make an effort to put away distractions and focus on the conversation, the laughter, or just the shared silence. This kind of presence not only strengthens your relationships but also brings you peace and fulfillment. It's also important to remember that relationships aren't always easy. Even with the people we love the most, there will be disagreements, misunderstandings, and moments of frustration. The Stoics were well aware of this. They believed that while we can't control how others behave, we can control how we respond. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself to approach difficult people with patience and empathy, understanding that everyone is doing the best they can with the knowledge and abilities they have. This doesn't mean accepting mistreatment, but rather approaching challenges in relationships with a sense of compassion and understanding. And it's not just about receiving love and support. Giving to others is equally important. The Stoics believed in contributing to the well-being of others as part of our duty as human beings. Helping others, whether it's through small acts of kindness or being there for someone during a difficult time, not only strengthens your relationships but also brings a sense of fulfillment and purpose to your own life. When we support others, we create a ripple effect of positivity that extends beyond ourselves. So how can you incorporate this Stoic wisdom into your relationships? Start by making time for the people who matter. Reach out, make plans, and show up. Whether it's for a quick coffee with a friend or a long phone call with a family member, prioritize these moments because they're the ones that will stay with you long after the workday is over or the project is complete. And when you're with others, be present, listen, engage, and appreciate the connection you're building in that moment. In conclusion, relationships are at the heart of a happy, meaningful life. The Stoics understood this, and modern science confirms it. While it's important to focus on personal growth and individual achievements, it's equally important to invest in the people around you. Friends and family bring joy, support, and richness to life that can't be found anywhere else. So make time for them, nurture those relationships, and remember the Stoic principle that we are all here to help and support one another. As Seneca wisely said, there is no enjoying the possession of anything valuable unless one has someone to share it with. Not only do they help others, but they also give you a sense of purpose and connection to something larger than yourself. Helping others also has a long-term impact. Acts of kindness and generosity create a ripple effect that can extend far beyond the immediate moment. When you help someone, you might inspire them to help someone else, creating a chain of positive actions that can spread throughout a community or even across generations. The Stoics believed that this kind of interconnectedness was fundamental to the human experience. We're all in this together, and by helping each other, we build a stronger, more resilient society. In conclusion, helping others is one of the most fulfilling things you can do, not just for those you help, but for yourself as well. The Stoics knew that life is about more than just personal achievement. It's about contributing to the well-being of those around you. By offering kindness, support, and service, you're living in alignment with Stoic values and creating a life that's rich with meaning and purpose. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the fruit of this life is a good character and acts for the common good. So look for opportunities to help others no matter how small, and watch how it transforms both your life and the lives of those around you.